Welcome in. It's Ronald Acuna Day here.
Is it Acuna or Acuna?
Well, I say Acuna Matata, but
like
it is Acuna.
Right.
With the little tilde
I'm going to mispronounce his name for 4 years.
Yeah, there you go. Welcome into this episode of The Big Three. I'm Heather Harrington along with Will West. But yeah, is this guy going to save the Braves organization? Are we going to look back and he's going to be the Chris Bryant, the Jose Altuve, that guy that came up and changed the franchise?
Who was the last guy that was going to do that? His name was Jason Hayward. Did he do that? I think Acuna can play. Clearly, Acuna can play. Is he 3 middle relievers and 2 starters? No. So he's not going to be the difference in the Braves winning a championship or not. But I do think this guy will be a legit multi-year all-star for the Braves as long as he stays healthy. I think he's a 5-7-time All-Star.
I think he's going to be the cornerstone. I think when you do look back on it, and the Braves are competing for not only divisional championships, but trying to win the conference and then win the World Series, he's going to be that first marquee guy that you can point to that got them in the right direction. Kind of the cornerstone, I think, of the new direction.
And they need that. Like, they need that guy to be the guy that your kid buys the jersey of for the next 10 years. And I think he can be that. I absolutely do.
All right, we are on the eve of the NFL draft, and you want to go ahead and plug your draft coverage coming up tomorrow?
Tomorrow night we will be at Twin Peaks from 8 to 11 with the live draft show. Stop by. It's Draft Central at Twin Peaks. Going to have almost everyone from WNML is going to be on the air with us, breaking down the drafts. You'll hear the picks live. The whole 9 yards, we'll have it there live for you at Twin Peaks.
All right. So, do you think the Browns keep that number 1 pick, or what's going to happen in the top 5?
I do. I think that they draft Sam Darnold. I think that we see a lot of smoke about Baker Mayfield. Everyone that you talk to in Cleveland, everyone that has reported anything out of Cleveland, says that it's Sam Darnold. The NFL reporters I trust all say it's going to be Sam Darnold. I just think that John Dorsey is a guy who didn't rebuild the Kansas City Chiefs the way that he did by rolling the dice. Mm-hmm. What he did was take the best football player. And the safest football player at the quarterback position in this draft is Sam Darnold right now.
Yeah, and I don't know if you heard, but I was watching Colin Cowherd earlier this week, and one of the big things him and his guest were talking about, they're like, I don't even pay attention to college interceptions. He goes, to me, that's on coaching, and I know my abilities in the NFL. I can coach you up to not make those decisions, and that's why I don't pay attention to him. You buy into that philosophy?
No, I don't. I do think it matters, because I think that it means you trust your arm too much, and it speaks to learning curve.
How many did Brett Favre have?
But he also had an alcohol problem that he eventually got sober from. I think it speaks to learning curve. But Sam Darnold's owned this when you hear him do interviews now. He says, I turn the ball over too much. That's what I've worked on this entire offseason, is to limit those turnovers. And a lot of times, too, though, his coaches put him in a situation where if he doesn't force a ball into a tight window, they don't pick up a first down. They don't win games. So, to me, the play calling was as much the problem with Sam Darnold and those interceptions as him actually just trusting his arm too much.
Well, and that goes to what Colin Cowherd was saying. He was like, I put that on coaching. It'll be interesting to see. What about, I'm predicting only 2 quarterbacks go in the top 5. Ooh. And that's because Chubb's in there, Barkley's in there. There's some really good players that, man, you would, especially if there's not that glaring, oh my God, this quarterback is amazing, which to me, none of them really are.
Rosen is, but his body's broken, and you wonder about his attitude. So he's the only one that could be that guy, though. But you could absolutely, I'll say there is actually 4 quarterbacks in the top 5.
Whoa.
Giants trade out. Broncos trade out.
Coming up next week, we'll see who wins that little wager. Watch it be 3. And then to wrap it up, we got some balls in the draft. Now, not as much intrigue, unfortunately, as last year with Derek Barnett and Alvin Kamara, Josh Dobbs, those guys, Cam Sutton. But this year, Rashawn Golden, he the first of all off the board?
I think it will be John Kelly. I think that Golden's 40 time will hurt him also. I think that they're going to put him at safety, not at corner. And right now, if he was a corner, I think he would shoot up draft boards, because you just have to have 3 starting cornerbacks right now and 2 backup corners right now that play in rotation because of the different personnel packages you see. Right now, though, what we're going to see, I think, is Kelly goes earlier in the 3rd, Golden goes late 3rd or 4th, and then you'll see Khalil McKenzie go 7th round.
Okay, I do think Khalil McKenzie does get drafted. I think it'll be late because they're not going to be able to resist his size.
His dad
and it's kind of like Dan McCullers. Yeah. I mean, and he's still playing in the NFL, so, stranger things have happened. I'm going to flip it. I think Rashawn Golden could be a late 2nd round pick, early 3rd, and then John Kelly 3rd or 4th.
If he can can play slot corner, he's a second-round pick.
Yeah.
The key is going to be, will they look at him as a slot corner?
He is kind of a tweener.
He's like like a Kmart Minka Fitzpatrick. Yeah. Fitzpatrick's dealing with the same thing at the top of the draft right now.
Yeah. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us on the Big Three. We'll be back next week and see, who was right.